Alright, Chapter 11. Post-design, post-request proposal development, submittal requirements. Scope. The submission of the after final design request for proposal development, including provided with the design of records. Government response contract pre-proposal inquires, pre-bid inquires its request for the information, providing amendment to contracting modification documents, OMSI, record for drawings. Submission may include the sketches, additional correction, drawing specifications, request for proposal, continuation sheet explanation changes chain with request for the drawing specification for the final submission unchained with the contracting documentation chain before the contract award amendments chain with the contract award contract modifications. 11.2. Pre-proposal pre-bid inquires request for information. Request for pre-proposal pre-bid inquires request for information should be responded as quickly as possible to prevent delay to bid opening contracts for the contract. Respect for the design of the record will provide response for the pre-proposal inquiries and pre-bid inquiries and requests for information requires additional time. The director of the record shall notify the government project manager, the design manager of the ROICC Public Work Department, and expected date of the response, and indicate the designer of the record, and indicate the amendment of the contract modification as required response of the pre-proposal inquiries, pre-bid inquiries, and requests for information. Changes in the number. The contracting officer procurement is responsible for signing with the amendment of the contracting modification number to sign with the numerical order required for the amendment numbers for prefix tree cipher. And for example, the first amendment, the number 0001, contracting officer prepared the cover sheet, standard form 30, amendment of solicitation modification of the contract for the change for the rest of the first page for the change text for the start page on 2. Cost estimate changes. Accompanying amendment of the contract modification detailed the cost estimate indicated that all the change of the construction cost projections substantial statement that if no change in the cost per the cost estimate in accordance with the Navy Fact cost and engineering policy and procedures. Accompanying contract modification with a detailed cost estimate that can be used in negotiation contract modification. Change of format. Provide the continuation sheet for the amendment of the proposed change sketches and for the contract modification explanation for the change required of the drawings and sketches of the request proposal. Section specifications are replaced and attached for the document PDF file with a separately referenced continuation sheet, proposed change sheet. According to the guidance of the below, the multiple drawing sketches of the request proposal section specifications are replaced and added to combine with the documentation type of the single file with the bookmark each for the document, i.e. combined with the drawings of the single file with the benchmark bookmark each of the drawing combined with the specification section for the single file and bookling mark each section for the full size of the limitations described in section 7531 prior to submit with amendment of the contract modification to contact government representative number of the amendment contract modification. 11.5.1 language format. Using table 11.1 the specification request proposal change for the format with the table 1.2 with the drawing change for the format for guidance for the out of the format the language of the change. Note that the any addition, deletion, replacement for the completion specification section should be done by the table of contents. Do not list the section separately within the document section number. The title does not add to add and delete the replace the section. Note that the adding, deleting, the replacing drawing schedule is entirely done with the section 0115 or 00102. List of drawings. Do not list any for the drawings sketch separately with a note with the add, delete, revise entire drawing. 11.5.2 continuation sheet. Use the continuation sheet for the amendment sample. The continuation sheet was provided with the figure 11.2.1 with the following specific guide with the request for both of the drawing specification changes. Proposal change. When proposal change sheet with the contract modification, the sample of the sheet is provided with the figure 11.2 with the guidance amendment with the change for the language and format. Table 11.1, specification request proposal change of the format, adding specification section project table of contents section 096800 carpet is added to the project table of contents of the section accompanied with amendment and modification. Placing existing specification project table of contents section 096800 carpet is deleted with the section 096800X carpet is added to the project table of contents accompanying the amendment modification. Note the change sequence number of the section title of the foot number is included with an X and using the Y and Z as any subsequent replacement of the section, adding paragraphs and subparagraph section 033300 cast iron architectural concrete 2.1 materials for the forms. After this paragraph is added, file 2.1 reuse the forms to be used in subsequent part of the production project provided with undamaged continuing to meet all the specified requirements. Part 3 project requirements, project program requirements after this paragraph and the following 121. Marking the words section 223300 refrigerating pipe copper pipe fittings in second sentence delete the bronze and replace the galvanized steel. Part 4 performance technical specifications D50 electrical D5010 electrical service distribution second sentence for the delete the bronze replace for the galvanized steel. Paragraphs and subparagraphs section 3212 road mix asphalt pavement asphalt cement 22 delete this paragraph entirely replace the following with T2 not used part 4 performance technical specification A10 foundation A1010 foundation restrictions. Delete this paragraph in its entirety. Drawing change in the sketch. Use of table 11.2 for the drawing change for the amendment. A guide with the preparing the change for the drawing. The drawings are revised or replaced for the use of the cloud. Highlight the change for the amendments. Place the triangle subsequent number of the next cloud with the items to change for each of the system sheet. Modification of the triangle sequence and the letter issue the number. Always provide the triangle with the number, letter, and the revision block under the description. Describe the change and list the amendment of the contract modification number that does not appropriately insert the date and the change that was made. The date the revision block. Distinguish the revised drawing for the original drawing. Do not change for the sheet number of the sheet designations. Revised drawings. If sketches are required, use the Navy fax sketch template section 3737. Contact the government representative of the command. Local commander will provide the Navy fax drawing command numbers to obtain the sketch numbers. OMSI for the design is incorporated with the contract section 0178-240520 with the facility operation maintenance support and information. The design builds OMSI manual may be usually executed with the price option with the unpriced for the phase for the A&E contract with the in-house government scope as opposed to construction award services or PCAS. They must also provide for the contractor small design build projects. Design bid build, or the designer of the record shall show up the drawing with the other substantial preparatory prepare the manuals. Typical submittal of the US SD08, SD03 project data, SD06 test reports, SD10 operation maintenance data for the final OMSI usually submitted with 30 to 60 days of beneficial occupancy date. Submittal is working on the document with the use by the ROICCP Public Work Department acceptance of the testing, operate and maintenance, the training by activity final OMSI submittal is generally mixed with the 6 months after pre-final, incorporating missing substantial tabs. The second section report room for the review comments. Final submittal usually includes the electronic version of the manual CDs, so the special requirements are provided in the contract. Table 11.2, drawings and changes of format. Adding drawings, changing format, section 00102, listing the drawings, 1-2 contract drawings, add the following over the list of the drawings, Navy flag drawing number title, 4265191, revised floor plan area DA, 4265192, lighting fixture detail, the drawings accompanying with amendment, the modification, revising drawings, section 00102, list of drawings, contracting drawing, the following drawings are revised at the date, the Navy fact drawing number and title, 4265191, foundation plan revised date, 4265192, floor plan revised date, and revised drawings accompanying with this amendment and modification. Alright, making text and change the text to the drawing. Section 00102, the list of drawings, 1-2 contract drawings on the Navy flag drawing 4265191T1, the foundation plan notes, and note number 3 details the bottom of the foundation plate for the top of the footing, adding sketches section 10102 with list of the drawing, contracting drawing section SK05977041, SK0597704002, added the list of drawings, these sketches accompanied with amendment. Or figure 11.7 is an 11.1 sample of amendment. The continuation section, sheet section 00102, list of the drawings, 1-2 contract drawings. Navy fact drawing 4376950 and 73769F51. Alright, is a list of drawings accompanying the amendment. Navy facility drawing number 4376308, 309, 310, 311, 312, 313, 314, 315, 316 are revised on March 17, 1998. The revised drawings are accompanying this amendment. The SK 05977041, SK 0597704002, 0704042 added the list of drawing sketches that accompany with this amendment. On Navy fact drawing 4376290T1, the general notes delete the note 1 with the entering the place for the following with the on lane of the Williamsburg Road shall remain open at all times. Project table of contents, section 02457 steel sheet pile with the added table of contents accompanying with the amendment that details section 165 50 16302 and 1652520 entirely replace the section 16050X, basic electrical material method 16303X, underground electrical work in 16520. Exterior lighting section 16050X, section 16303X, and 16150X accompany these amendment. Section 150 temporary facilities and controls 1-3 construction site plan. Delete this paragraph in its entirety. This is 55555 amendment 0303. Alright, storage area. At the beginning of the paragraph, the following contractor shall be responsible for this area with his own property. The 141 storage of the existing building. Delete the paragraph entirely. Replace the following 141 laydown area. The entire site area available for the storage of the shall be located on the north side of the building near the lobby's north entrance. Material sources and the contractor will work in the area around the occupied building. Storage materials unless they approve the contractor officers will not be allowed in the building. Section 16.402, the interior distributing system. Surface known metallic raceway after the tax. Can't snap cover type of the color shall be white. The workmanship after the pay paragraph of the following field quality control the furnished test equipment put and personnel submit written copy of the test result given contractor officer 5 working days note prior to each of the test device subject to the manual operation device. Subject to the manual operation shall be operated at least 5 times. Demonstrate the satisfactory operation 5 out of 5 times. Each amendment. Alright, figure 11.2 sample contract modification, N62470, N696C 6042, Navy Fac work order number 5555555, proposed contract modification, tactical support van pod and other Marine Corps air installation, New River, Jacksonville, North Carolina, section 00102, list of drawing contract drawings, Navy Flag drawing 4369801C15, fan pad pavement detail, flexural strength replaced in section 626702762 reinforced joint reinforcement mooring eyes and concrete pavement. Dollar assembly detail the first sequence of the paragraph in proposed contract modification. Alright, chapter 12, proposed construction documentation. Alright, this is only one page, and then we're moving on to the glossary, which I'll just skim over. Chapter 3, post-contract construction documentation, project closeout. The design record order may be required to execute the specific project task during the project closeout. These tasks may include the Department of Defense Form 1354, real property record with the government signature attending the project closeout meeting, performing other tasks refer to the design contract, design build, project design, build request proposal, project closeout, related tasks, record design documentation, and compromise the final design document, inclusive mark prints, as built and marked prints, including constructive deviation for the final design contract documentation provided in accordance with the paragraph 736. Alright, your glossary went over all the abbreviations. We have read the whole book, so I'm not going to go over those. And your references should be in the back of the book. So we read the whole book, so we've read all the references inside.